Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Razovy, and today I'm going to talk about My Dress Up Darling. Now if you haven't seen this show yet, it's actually pretty cool. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, because it has the ecchi tag, and frankly when I see that it kind of makes me want to vomit, because it's way too much represented in the anime community or genre, or however you want to call it. But in this case, I saw a couple of videos on YouTube praising this show for the animation and for the story and whatnot. So I was like, okay, fair enough, I'll take a look at it. Took a look at it, watched the first 3 episodes, because this is, of course, ladies and gentlemen, a 3-episode rule show. And frankly, I am hooked. I wouldn't say that I'm completely invested yet, because I think it'll take a little bit longer than 3 episodes, but I already really like it after just 3 episodes. So what is it about? Let's first start with that, before we continue. It's actually about 2 people. We start off with Gojo, and Gojo is this guy that likes Japanese dolls. He makes them. He makes the clothes for them. If you don't know what they are, look it up. I'm sure I think they will look more familiar than you might think. So he makes those dolls basically, and he likes making them. He has been making them since he was a young kid. That's basically his hobby. But because of this hobby, because he shares this hobby with his grandfather, he doesn't really have any friends, because no one shares this hobby with him, right? No one really cares, and he has no interest in anything else. So that's basically it, right? That's all he likes. So one day he's sitting in class, not talking to anyone because he's not popular, right? And this girl Kitagawa, she bumps into his desk. Like, if you take a look at the animation, it's like she flies onto his desk. It's actually kind of funny. So she bumps into his desk, hits her head, apologizes, and then moves on. But he hears her talking about how she thinks that it's wrong for people to judge someone else's hobby, and that you should be proud of your hobby, that kind of stuff. So that already kind of makes him interested in her, right? And then eventually they meet again. I believe it's after class in the home ec class. Basically, no one is there except for Gojo. And then this girl called Kitagawa, she walks in and she sees him making clothes. He makes these clothes for these Japanese dolls, of course, but she doesn't know. So And instead of judging him for doing this, she's actually very happy. She's like basically incredibly excited that he's doing this. And he doesn't really understand why, until she reveals that she wants to cosplay it. Like, that's what she wants to do. But she makes clothes herself, but she's horrible at doing so. So she needs Gojo to help her out, basically. She needs him to start making these cosplay clothing for her. And then, she is able to cosplay. That's kind of the whole deal. And at first he doesn't really understand why she would want to do this, and he thinks it's weird. And but then he's reminded of the fact that what he does is weird too, and what he does is also not very popular. So although he doesn't understand why Kitagawa likes the whole cosplay thing, he decides to help her out anyway, because she seems nice. That's kind of the whole deal, basically. So they help each other out, or actually he just helps her out because she doesn't really do anything for him. But he does it anyway because he's such a kind guy, and that's where this story starts off. So it's basically a romance / slice of life story, and it's actually really nice. I didn't expect to like it this much. Now there's also a ton of ecchi stuff in there. It isn't over the top, but it's definitely prevalent. If that's really something that you don't like, I still think you are able to like this show if you're able to look past it, but it is definitely prevalent. Like, if, for example, for me, if I see the ecchi tag, I'm already kind of have the feeling that I want to skip it, because it's so much, especially in anime. It's so much, but I'm glad I watched it anyway, because this show is very funny. It's the romance is actually well, I can't say it's strong because they're not together yet, and I'm not sure if it's even gonna happen in this story, but it's fun to watch. It's the dynamic between these 2 characters is very fun. I personally am a big slice of life fan, so the fact that this also has the slice of life tag is very good for me. And I enjoy it. It's fun. It's I'm not sure what direction it will go into, but the first 3 episodes definitely hooked me. If it's mainly just basically Kitagawa getting different clothing and then trying it on, and then the whole ecchi thing around it, if that's the only thing that this is, and if that's the direction it's going into, then maybe it's not for me. But for now, the way that the story has been going right now, it's definitely for me. It's very fun, it's very lighthearted, it's the slice of life vibe is real, so that's good too. But frankly, if it goes into the direction that I'm thinking it's going, and maybe I'm completely wrong, I haven't read the manga, so I have no clue, but if it goes into the direction that I think it's going, then maybe I won't like it in the end. You know, I'll make another video about it once this is done. I'll make sure to make a full video about you know, the whole thing, and I'll review it, because of course I'm currently only reviewing the first 3 episodes. I'll make a full video on it, talking about whether or not I think it's worth it in the end. But as far as I can see right now, it's worth it. So if you're kind of still on the fence about it, this is, at this point in time at least, the most popular show of this season of winter 2022. And I think that for good reason. You know, it's for good reasons. It is the most popular show at this point in time, so it is definitely worth it. So I'm sure that more characters eventually will be introduced. At least I'm assuming. I'm not sure, but I think more characters will be introduced. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the other 9 episodes that are still in the making. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Is this something that you enjoy? Have you watched it? Are you completely caught up? I'm not, but are you? Leave it in the comment section down below. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts about this, because frankly, I like making these videos and talking about it, but I also like reading your comments about it. So make sure to tell me what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I was Razovy. You were you, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.